But has there ever been a sort of common practice amongst the traders that you worked with, or a common lesson or theme that has really helped them, or you've seen in terms of like I don't know how to describe it, to be fair, like a common action that you've given them, right? That you've seen that, okay, this one has been quite a common theme and has worked quite well. It's been quite effective, even though they may have been slightly different in their styles or their issues. But this common practice I've given them has actually been quite effective overall.
I mean, it's kind of like at the core of my system, right? The system is designed in ways that match like kind of the rules of how our mind work. So fundamental rule number one is the emotional system has the power to shut down higher brain function, right? So you can't think, you can't plan, you can't make decisions, and you can't control your emotions when your emotions get too high. So we have to catch it early, okay? Rule number two is that bandwidth limitation, and that shrinks when our emotions rise. So if we're going to correct our emotional reactions, we have to catch it early and be prepared with logic that is actually correcting the real problem, right? We're not battling the FOMO, the greed, the revenge. We're battling the causality of it. So the strategy is create a map, catch those signs early, use what I call a mental hand history to dissect your problem. And from there, you can create logic that is like potent and capable of like cutting through the emotional reaction, not just managing it and controlling it, but actually cutting through it. And if you do that again and again and again, eventually the emotion starts to wither and die. It's kind of like killing a weed with like really slow weed killer at its roots, right? And it just starts to wither and die from within. And that's the power of the system. It's all the specifics on the surface, all the various ways in which we think and the issues we experience, that's all secondary. If you're not playing by the rules, it's going to be incredibly difficult for you to really make progress.